Hello everyone, welcome to Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud video editing course. So if you are planning to learn video editing using Adobe Premiere Pro, then you are in right place because we designed this course from the very beginning to advance. So if you never open the Adobe Premiere Pro before, or if you don't have any previous knowledge or experience about how to edit video, in that case this is a perfect course for you because we will learn from the very basic to till advanced. So let's take a look what you will learn from this course. You will learn about the interface and functions. You will learn about setup, project and sequence, use of tools, transition on video, essential graphics, color correction, audio setup, removing background noise, exporting video, cinematic effect and many more. So once you will complete this project, you will be able to edit any kind of video that is essential to upload in somewhere. So if you plan to open a video production house, or if you plan to create some videos for social media or for your personal portfolio or in profile, all the video editing you will be able to do after completing this course. This is a project-based course, so when you will learn from the lesson, you will have an opportunity to practice during learning. And during learning, if you face any problem, then you don't have to worry about, because I'm always there for you to help you out. So you just have to ask me the question. So what are you waiting for? I'm expecting you to have you in my next lesson, so enroll it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, where today I'm going to teach you all about the interface of our Adobe Premiere Pro program. So first, when we open our Adobe Premiere Pro program, we'll be greeted by this screen. Okay, now as you can see that we have been greeted by Adobe Premiere Pro over here, where we can either create a new project or open a project, and this is in the home sections. And here you will also find the recent files that you actually used in Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, now here on top, on the left side, the top left side of our program, you'll see that we have the file menu, or basically our menu bar over here, where we can find out many parts, where we can find many ways to use our Adobe Premiere Pro. Here you can see that we have the file menu, edit, clip, sequence, markers, graphics and titles, view, window and help. They are not showing you that these options are available now, but you can use them after we make a new project. And now let's go ahead and make a new project. There are actually two ways to make a new project. We can either click on the new project over here, or we can also open a previous project. But if you do not want to do that and go the old-fashioned way, you can always go and click on the file menu over here and then go to new. After that, you can just click on project. And then you'll see that Adobe Premiere Pro gave a new pop-up box where we can create a new project by either selecting these pre-imported files by our Adobe stock, or we can just create them without one if we are creating a new project. All right, now after you create a new project, you will have this blank new project section where we have different panels to choose from. The panels are basically used in order to edit your video. So here you have some panels such as the project panel, FX panel, library panel. This is the source panel, program panel, FX, color, graphics, and also timeline. And over here we have our tools panel where we can select tools in order to edit our videos. Okay, now each of these panels are easily customizable. You can always move them. Say you want to move this, you can right click and then say undock panel. After that, you'll see that the panel is being moved around to any place on our program to my wish. Okay, and if you want to put the panel back to where you want it to be, you can just click on it and then it will go back. Okay, and then in order to select panels, for example, you can see that I have multiple panels in one window over here. You just have to select them by using the mouse right click. As you can see, I'm doing the right click over here, which allows me to go to different panels in one window. You can also create different panels for your window. You can also create different panels for your window selection. Say I want the effects option to go over here, so I undock it, and then I will just click on the effects option over here with the mouse button, drag it, and then I'll put it over here when it is highlighted in a deep blue color. Now you can see that the effects panel has shifted from the project panel to the effects control area over here. Okay. Now, if you want to add new panels to your Adobe Premiere Pro program, we can always go over here and click on this workspace option, where you'll see that we have many panels to choose from. We can either select all panels over here or the panel that you specifically want. Okay. Now, say I want to use the learning panel. If I click on it, the program automatically takes me to a place where it will show me tutorials so that I can use it and understand how it works. After that, assembly, then we have editing, which is our default panel, and then we have captions and graphics, review, libraries, meta logging, production, and we can also here we can also show the workspace label, show workspace tabs, and we can also reset to save layout. Okay, let me reset it. Okay, now let's go back to the essentials tab or workspace. Okay, now as you can see, my essential workspace, just like before, my FX panel was actually over here, but I shifted it there, and Adobe Premiere Pro program remembered that. So this is one of the advantages of using the latest version of Adobe Premiere Pro. Make sure you always use the latest version, because using the outdated version gives you a lot of problems. And let's continue on with the lesson. All right, now I'll show you how to close a panel. Say that we do not want this library panel to be here. I can just right click on it and close the panel, or I can just click on these three bars over here and close the panel. They do the same thing. Okay, now if I close the panel, you can see that it's gone. Okay, now since the libraries panel is gone and I want it back, so how do I do that? For that, I'll just go to Window, and then I will select Libraries from here. After that, you can see that the Libraries panel is back. Okay. Now, this is something you'll see whenever you're selecting a panel. It will be highlighted by a light blue border, just like you can see over here. Since I selected Libraries over here, it has been highlighted. Now, if I select Source, now you can see this panel is highlighted over here and over here. No matter where you are, you can always see what part of the Adobe Premiere Pro program you're using. Okay. Now let's say that I want to move this panel. For that, I'll just right click and select undock, as you just saw. Okay. And if you want to dock it again, then you can just go over here and you can see that we have docked our timeline panel. Now, this is something which is compulsory, and you need to know this very well, is that you can undock the panels, move it into another window, and then you can put it in any part of the Adobe Premiere Pro's program. Now let's say I want to put it on the right side. Now I can do that too. And then if you want to resize it, you can always go to the borders of the panel, and where it is highlighted with the light blue color, then you will see that your cursor changes the icon, and then you can just resize it like that. Okay, you can do this for every single panel that is located for our Adobe Premiere Pro, but remember, first you have to select it or else it will not work. Okay, as you can see, this is how it works. Now let's select all panels over here. Now you can see that I have all my panels inside this part of my program. After selecting all panels, you can easily go to the panels that you want. Say you want effects, essential graphics, you can click on it. Sound, lumetri color, metadata, markers, history. I can even resize them, events, time code. Everything's available. And another thing you need to know about the panels is that if you click on these three bars over here, you can find more options for your panel, or you can either right click also for that. As you can see, each different panel has a different pop-up menu option. For example, here the audio track mixer gives me the option to plug in manager, whereas here in the audio clip mixer it does not give me that option. Okay, now what I will do is basically open a new file or import it from my Adobe stock. So let's say I imported this. Let's import it. Now after importing, you will see that I have a sequence over here where I can also edit the way my video is. And then now I will teach you that there are some parts of the Adobe program which are not being shown fully. For example, let's say I went back to my Essentials tab. Okay, and here you can see that when I go back to the Essentials tab, it is not showing me the video that I just imported. But when I select all panels, it is showing me the video that I just imported last time. Okay, so after that, you can also resize the way you see the video by expanding the reference or program sequence panel over here. You can make it big, you can make it small. You can also increase the size of this video editing section over here. Alright, now after this I'm going to be teaching you how to save your workspace. Now say I want to save this type of workspace so that I can use it later on for editing another video. For doing that, I can just go to Window over here, go to Workspaces, and then I can select Save as a new workspace. After that, it will ask me what name I want to put it as. Let's say I just wanted to put it as that. Okay, now let's go to the Essentials tab again, where we don't have our video. We can just go to Window, go to Workspace, and now we can see that the workspace name that we have saved has popped up over here. And we can also use the shortcut keys to bring them into our program. So now if I click on this, you'll see that. So now when I click on this, you'll see that my workspace is back and it is just the way I left it. Okay, so that is all for this video. Thank you for watching it, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro video, where today I'll be teaching you how to use the project panel in Adobe Premiere Pro. So first, let's select a project name for this video. Okay, now after we have selected a project name, let's create our file. Okay, after you have loaded your file or Premiere Pro project, make sure that you are in the editing section. If you're in the Essentials section, it might also work for you, but I would prefer you go to the editing panels. Okay, now the editing panel contains a project panel over here where we can import our media to start editing our videos. So today I'll be only showing this project panel for you, and also how to use them and the different options that are available to us. Now, in order to import a media, first we need to either double click on this area over here, or we can just right click and then select import from over here. Okay, as you can see, when I double click, it brings up the import box. As well, when I right click and select import, it also brings us the same thing. Okay, Now, what I'll do is basically I'll import some files from my computer. Say I want to import this video template over here, and there you go. Now, since we have selected it to be imported, we have different information given to us by Adobe Premiere Pro. Now you can see that, let me just expand this first. Okay, now here you can see that first it's given as frame rate. The frame rate is basically how many frames per second the video is. So basically this shows us 29 or 30 frames per second over here. Then we have the media start and media end time. Here you can see that it starts as 0 seconds, and then later it starts and later it ends with 17 seconds over here. Do not confuse this. Do not confuse the time over here. There are 4 divisions over here. The last division is actually for milliseconds. The second one is for seconds. The second one is for seconds. The third one is for hours, and the fourth one is for probably days. All right. So these 2 media start and media end are basically the times in which our media works or is recorded. Then we have the media duration. Here it will tell us the whole time for our media or video. Then we have video in points and video out points highlighted in a blue color. After that, we again have the video duration. Then we have subclip start, subclip end, subclip duration. After that, we have the video info, where here it tells us that the video height and width is 1920 into 1080. 1080 here basically means in high definition. All right, and this one is also the same. It will also denote that we are using high definition format. After that, we have the audio info, which will tell us the type of audio quality that we're using. Now, this video contains 48,000 hertz of compressed stereo audio. After that, we have the tape name, description, log note, capture settings, status, scene, shot, and then we can select it to. We can either select to hide it or check mark if this is a good video. All right. So this is what you know about the video. This is what you need to know about the video description over here. Afterwards, let me show you how to input a new file inside your project panel. In order to input a new file into your project panel, you can either select this option which says new bin, and now you can see after I've selected it, a new folder has been created and it is waiting for me to write a name in there. So I will write a name. All right. Okay. Now afterwards, if I go inside the file, you'll see that it is empty. That is because at this point, I haven't inserted any files in here. So you can see another thing that whenever I entered a new file, it automatically created a new panel for me with my file's name. Okay, let's go back, and here you can see that this is the file. Let's say I put in some images over here, and yes, we can also import images into our project panel. And after that, you can see that we have the image right over here. Then you can see that if I click on this drop down menu, it will show me that the image is there, or I can just go over here in my file and then I can see that the image is there too. It's the same. So this is how you basically use the folder icon over here to create a new folder, or you can also right click and then select new bin. Okay. Now after the new bin option, I will also help you to new search bin. I'll also teach you how to use the new search bin option. Now, after you click on the new search bin option, it will basically search for a folder which you have provided yourself inside of our Adobe Premiere Pro program. Now here in search, you can select the parentheses that you want to search. For example, say I want a file file name. Okay, and I'll search the file name to be, and then we can also search other options from here, then press OK. Now you can see that it has shown me that this is the file name. Let's delete that. Okay, now I will also show you how to bring your files into the project panel by just clicking and dragging your folder. So here you can see that I have a folder named It's a Folder. I'll just click and drag it onto my project panel and it will copy itself. There you go. Now that my folder is in here, you can see that here we have our videos, and it's absolutely similar to the videos over here. Okay, so if I go to the file over here, you can see that these are the files that I have, and they're all present to me over here. Okay, so this is how you basically bring your files, also by dragging them to our project panel. All right, now I will explain to you the interface of our project panel. Here, the first part is to learn about the project writing function, which will help you to lock in the project's functionality, and you will not be able to edit it later on. So now let's say I only have one file over here. Let me delete these things. Okay, let's say I have only one file over here, this image. All right, so if I select it and then click on this option here, you will see that Adobe Premiere Pro is telling me to save changes to listen to before changing to read-only mode. This is practically helpful because by any chance, if you lose your data, Adobe Premiere Pro will back it up for you. So let's click on yes. Okay, so now what I'm going to teach you is basically the read-only and read-write option over here. If I click on this option, you will see that Adobe Illustrator has locked this project, which basically make it read-only. So now over here, we cannot import anything or put anything because it's set as read-only. But if I set it as read and write, now I can import my files from here. Now let's say I imported this video and I selected this, and I have selected this, and then I select read only. Now you can see that the project is over here. Now if I right click, I cannot either copy, I cannot cut, paste, or clear, or even delete this because it is now set as read only. Okay, so this is what the first function over here does. After that, we have the list view option over here, which helps us to view our video or file or folder over here in a list view. If I switch to the icon view, you'll notice that now my file or video over here has switched to an icon, and when I hover my mouse on top of it, it will give me a preview of what the file is. Okay, then after that we have a freeform view, which is basically a more expansive way to see your videos or files or folders that you've put inside your project panel. And then we have the zoom tab, which zooms in and zooms out of your project panel. Okay, after that we have sort icons options here. Then we have automate to sequence, then find, which will help us to find a file from our selection. After that we have the new bin folder option, which will create a new folder for us. Then we have a new item option over here, and you can see that after that we have a clear or backspace option, which deletes files. Over here now I cannot select anything because it is set as read only. Okay, now you'll see when I put it as read and write, we have our symbols available here. Now in the select new item, I can choose sequence, project shortcuts, offline file, adjustment layer, bars and tone, black video, color match, universal counting leader, and transparent video. Okay, and then you can also click find, and here you can use this to find your files, as I said before. All right, so Another thing you need to know about the project panel are those three bars over here. If you click on it, you can find multiple options compared to the project panel, which will help you to display your data also fix your data in an organized manner. Okay, so that was all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use the project panel in our Adobe Premiere Pro program. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro video, where today I'm going to be teaching you about our source panel and some things that we can do to edit our videos in our timeline panel. So first, let's create a new project. And after creating a new project, you'll see that our source panel is available to us on the left side, right below our menu bar over here. Okay, and the timeline panel is given to us on the right bottom side of our Adobe Premiere Pro program. Now, first things first, in order to use the source panel, we have to put our video in there. So we have to import the videos. For that, let me just go to this file program over here and then say I want to put inside a video. So I'll put this video in here. Okay. Now, after importing that, you will see that in this file, I have two videos of traveling and one audio. Now, I'm going to teach you how to use the source panel over here. Now, in order to have something inside your source panel, you have to first double click your videos in your project panel. So say I want to select this video first. So let's select it. Now you can see that my video has popped up inside the source panel, and here I can do many things. For example, I can play the video, I can step forward 1 frames per second. Then over here, I can go to the starting of the video or the ending of the video. And then I can mark in and out of my video. Now, some things you need to remember is the source panel is where we actually take parts of the video that we really need. Now, this is a 5-second video. So let's say instead of the 5 seconds, I want to take 4 seconds. So I can just go over here manually and select 4 seconds, select mark out, and you can see that Adobe Premiere Pro has selected the part that I want to take from these 5 seconds. Okay. Now, what I can do after that is basically select the video over here with my mouse left click and drag, and then put it on the media or the timeline sequence over here. Now you'll see that after I have put my media in the timeline sequence, I have both the media, video, and the audio over here. And here in the preview panel over here, you can see that this is what we have brought out from our source over here. Okay, this is a 4-second video, whereas this one is a 5 or 6-second video. All right. Now, say this time, instead of only bringing the video, I only want the audio. So let's press Ctrl Z to undo. And now this time I only want the audio. So I will go over here and you'll see that we have two options to either drag the video and the audio. I'll select this and then drop it here. Now you can see that instead of the video, we only have the audio. And since we don't have any audio in our video over here, then we will not hear anything. So this time, let's only drag the video. And now you'll see that only the video is dragged and we have no audio over here. Okay. Let me reduce the size over here so that you guys can see properly. Okay. Now, this time you can only see that we have the video. Now, let's say we want to create two videos side by side. Okay. Now, in order to do that, let's just go over here, select this, and let's just select all of our video time. And then what we'll do is basically take only the video, paste it over here. And I can see that I have this video here. And now I want to add the second video over here. So what do? I just double click this, bring it to my source, then select the marker that I want it to be from. Okay. Say I just want it to be like 5 seconds over here. So I put 5 seconds and then mark out. Okay, now after doing that, I'll click on the drag video only icon and drag it over here. And you can see that we can also put it up there or down here. We have 3 sections for video. So let's just put it over here. Now you can see that when I bring my cursor over here and play it, this is what the end result looks like. Okay. I can see that the videos have matched up and synced with each other perfectly. Now let's add some audio to our video. Okay. So in order to add some audio, first I have to double click over here. And since I have like 10 seconds of video here, I'll select 10 seconds of audio from here. And this is what the audio sounds like. Now let's play the audio to show you what it sounds like. Okay. So this is what the audio sounds like. It's just a acoustic guitar layout, and I want to add 10 seconds of this audio to my video over here. So I select like 10 seconds, let's say close to 11, and then I select only the audio and put it over here. Okay. Now you can see that my audio over here is very big because I didn't cut it out using my markers. Let's undo it and then go back. And this time I'll select the marker over here. And now if I select it and put it there, you can see that we have our audio perfectly syncing with our video. And now let's check what the video and audio looks like. As you can see, the audio and the video have synced up perfectly and it looks very good. Now let's say this time, instead of having like 2 videos over here, I want to put 2 parts of this traveling video and 1 part of this video in the middle. So how do I do that? Instead of like editing it multiple times, how do I insert them very easily without editing to the video many times? So in order to do that, first let me go over here. Let's delete this section, and this section is basically this part. So let's put this in the front. Okay, and now let's say I want to put this video in the middle. So let's reduce the size a bit to 3 seconds. Okay, now let's put the traveling video over here, and this time instead of 5 seconds, I want it to be 4 seconds. Okay, now let's only take the video. There you go. And now let's go back to traveling, since last time we took up till this much. Now let's select this part over here. So what I'll do is basically move it there, move this over here. Okay, then I'll go over here, press the shift button, and then select this point. Okay. Afterwards, I'll just go over here and then click on insert. And now you'll see that my video and audio over here both were put inside this part. Now I can do this simple click and drag part over here. There you go. And here you can see that when I insert the video, it actually puts in another audio inside. Now, how do I fix that part instead of like pushing my audio over there? To do that, what I'll have to do is go over here to the audio part and then lock in toggle track lock. And then after that, you'll see that when I put in the insert option over here with the shortcut comma, it is not inputting its audio and it's locked over here. So whenever I go back over here and then play the video, Okay, so that is how we use the insert option from our source panel. And now I'll show you how to use the override option. Last time, we just used the insert option to put in these parts. Now I'll show you what happens when I choose the override option. Okay, now let's say I deleted this part of my video over here, and then I selected the traveling part over here. Let's press Shift and then go to this part over here. Afterwards, if I use the override option, you'll see that last time my video was up till here, but when I use the override option, it just overrides the part of the video that was present over here, as you can see clearly. Okay, so that is what the override option does. And the next source option that we'll be learning is basically the export frame. What the export frame option does is basically take a snapshot of your video that you are using over here. Now let's say I take a snapshot of the video over here like that, and then it will ask me to export the frame. It will ask me to export the frame with the following name, format, and it will show you the path over here. If you want to choose the place where you want to place your video, always click on browse and then press OK, and then it will be saved. Okay, so that is all you need to know about the source panel for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have understood everything. I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro video, where today I'm going to be teaching you about the new sequence, procedures, and timeline panel in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. So let's go ahead and create a new project. All right, now after creating a new project, let's bring in some files. Let's import them. Now let's say this time I want to use this cat file. Okay, after we come to this part where we already have a file, I'm going to teach you how to use the sequence or the timeline over here. As you can see over here in timeline, we have no sequences available. That is because we did not put anything over here. We can either drop a media over here to create a sequence. As you can see, it has created the sequence over here. And if I scroll down on my project panel over here, you can see that we have a different video over here. This is the original video, which you can see over here. It shows video and audio, but over here, it only shows us the sequence. Okay, so you can add sequences like this, or we can just go over here where it says the new item in our project panel. Click on it, and then you'll see a sequence option. Let's click on the sequence options. And now here you can see that we have different sequence options for our timeline panel. Okay, we can either select all of them. We can either select any one of them. And then over here, it will show you the descriptions. Let's say I want to select this one for 1080p. All right, here you can see that it's telling me all my preset descriptions. Now, let's say I want to select the HDV, and here I'll select the 60i. Okay, now I can also go over here and then select the sequence name. Say I want to select the sequence name to be cat video sequence. Okay, after that, I can either press OK and be done with it. But now let's go to the settings to show you what the new sequence settings have given us. Here we can select the editing mode. Just like before, we can select the presets over here in our editing mode. We can also select the time base, where we can either select 25 or 29 frames per second. Let's select 25. After that, we can select the video settings, where we can see that it's not showing us the frame size. But if I go over here and then I select DSLR, now it's showing me the frame settings, and we have more time base, which is our frames per second option over here. We can either select any of these frames per options, but most of the time it's better to select the frames per second option or the time based option that is good for your video, or that it previously comes with it. Okay, now after that, we want to select the frame size. Say I want the frame size to be 1920 in horizontal, and the vertical will be 1080 as usual. And then you can you can select the pixel aspect ratio, then the fields. The fields are basically used if you are trying to create videos which are used in broadcasting. And for now, I'll select no fields. Then you can see the display format where I can either select 60 frames per second timecode or frames. I'll select frames. Then you have the working color space where you can select the working color that you want. Then sample rate, which is basically our audio's quality. And here you can select the audio quality that you need. Now, just like before for frame size and time base, you make sure you select the perfect sample rate, or else you can have errors while creating your video. Sometimes the audio will not match up with the video and they will stutter, which is why make sure you know what your video contains. And after that, we have the display format. We can either select audio samples or milliseconds. Then we have video previews. Here you can select the video preview file format. And then the codec, then height and width, which you already selected from the video frame size. And then you can select maximum bit depth, maximum render quality, composite in linear color, which requires GPU acceleration or max render quality. And you can also save a preset over here. Okay. Then if you press on all right, then you'll see that we have a new sequence over here. And we can also add this sequence over there if you want. Let's delete that for now. Okay. And over here, you can see that I have my cat video. Now let's bring this to my source. After bringing this to my source, you'll see that this is what it looks like. Let's delete this. Let's delete the previous markers over here. All right, now that we're done, let's go forward with the next part of our lesson. All right, now what I'm going to teach you right now is basically on our timeline panel over here. As you can see, this is what the sequence part shows us over here. If you want to increase or decrease the size, you can always go to the scroll option over here, then click on this tab and then increase the size of your audio over here. And then afterwards, you can also select the toggle track output, which will show or not show the output in our final video. Then we can also lock it over here using our toggle track lock, which will not change if we even put a video or audio inside there. Afterwards, we have this snap in timeline option. What the snap in timeline option does is basically help us to put our videos side by side. Now, let's say I put this off and I want to put this part of my video over here. So let me make it a bit smaller. Okay. Now I can just select the video over here and put it there. All right. Now, if I go over here, you can see that unlike last time, it does not snap into place and it produces some errors. Okay. Now let's say that I put it like this, as close as possible. All right. Now, if I play the video, you'll see that over here, after some time, it will show me a blank screen. This is because my video was not properly put together using our cursor. All right. So in that case, always make sure you have the snap option on. And now you can see that Adobe Premiere Pro automatically puts it together. And now if I play it over here, it will not show me now if I go over here and play it, it will not show me that blank screen anymore, as you can see. Okay. So this is what the snap option does. Afterwards, we have the insert and override sequences as nets for our individual clips. If I unclick this, it will not help me to do this insert and override options. And then we have the link section, which will select these linked parts, obviously. All right. Now, if I didn't select the link section, you can see that I can move both my audio and video very freely. Now, if I select this, now I can move it freely. But when I select this two parts, it will select both of the audio and video and I can select it. Okay. Afterwards, we have the add marker option, which you can use to help you in editing your videos. Then we have the timeline display settings. If I click on this, you'll see that we have various amounts of options over here. Now we can use these options to actually show our videos parts. Now let's say I put in show video keyframes. Now it will show me the video keyframes option. Then I'll select show audio names. Now you will see the audio names. And then we can also select to customize video headers, where we can select it either to be toggle sync clocks or then go to previous frames and etc. Let's cancel that. And then if you press Alt and hold it on your keyboard and then scroll up and down, you can see that it's showing you video headers over here. If you right click over here, then you can see that we have various amounts of options that we can use to edit our videos in Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's use Alt and make it small again. If you increase the size, you can see the video header very perfectly. And you can do this for audio also, as you can see over here. All right. Now what I'm going to show you is basically how to realize when or how your video ends and starts. Okay. Now what I'll do is basically I'll zoom in this part of my video. And here you can see that we have two markers right beside our video end and beginning parts. All right. So here you can see a small triangle in this corner over here and a small triangle on this corner. This is basically telling you that this is when the video starts and this is when the video ends. All right. And here you can see that I have only one corner over here because I selected it from my source panel, but the video did not end over here. That is why it's telling me that this video did not end over here, which is why it did not show me that triangle, as you can see. Now over here, let's go to this 3 bars over here to show me more options, where you can see that for our video thumbnails, we have continuous video thumbnails, only the video head or the video head and tail thumbnails. Now the continuous video thumbnail will show you the continuous video thumbnail that you're using over here. Let's say I use the scroll button to increase the size of my video by pressing Alt. And now you can see that it's only showing me the head of the video, but slowly it's showing me continuous video thumbnails of what my video looks like over here, as you can see. Now, usually this takes up a lot of your graphics power. I would recommend you not to do this. So always make sure you have video head thumbnails available, and it will make your life more easier to deal with Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay. All right. Now say that I want to add a video extension over here. As you can see, this video. All right. We took only like this part over here. We took this much part of my video, basically. Now let's say I want to add more parts of my video or reduce it. I can go over here and let's say I want to add it to here. You can see that it's adding it perfectly. All right. Now let's say I want to add the total of 25 seconds. If I click on this, now you can see that it's being added over here. But here, now, if I go back over here and then do the same, let's say I want to do this much, I can do that much as well. Let's increase it more. Now you can see that the video time is being extended and it's becoming bigger. All right. So that is how you use the marker in and out options. That is how you use the marker in and out options to actually increase the time or decrease the time of your video in the sequence tab. All right. After that, we have the voiceover record option over here, where we can select it to either totally delete my voice over here, where I can select it to add a voiceover option. Say I want to add my voice, I can do that as well. Then we have the solo track option, the mute track option, which will mute the track over here. And then we have the toggle sync lock. Then to toggle the track targeting for this lock, then the toggle track lock, which will lock in my audio and will not change if I add in new videos. All right. So after that, you have to make sure that you learn these tutorials very extraneously. You have to make sure that you practice using Adobe Premiere Pro so that you can understand more about the sequence panel, or else it will be very hard for you to use it on the go. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've understood how to use the sequence panel and also our timeline panel. And I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, where today I'm going to be teaching you about the selection tool
and the track select forward and the track select backward tool. Okay. Now, the selection tool is used for many things, and mostly it is used for selecting the tracks and also our audio that is available to our timeline over here. So let's go on ahead and add some videos and audio to our timeline using the project and source. Okay. So first, let's import some audio and videos. Okay. Say this and then. Okay, now after I have imported them, let's just take some parts of our video. Let's say from this 6 seconds, I want to use 5. So let's take that and use it to drop it over here. Then afterwards, and this time over here, I want it to be at least 10 seconds. Okay. All right. After that, you can see that over here, I have two video and audio clips, where the first one has audio and the second one doesn't. Now, what the selection tool basically does, let me first select it over here from our selection tool. And then you can see that I can select my clips by selecting these frames over here, okay, using my selection tool. Now, say you want to only select the audio over here. Now, for that, I'll just go over here and remove the link section with the selection tool. Then you can select the audio, move it anywhere behind, front. That also works. Okay, as you can see, this is how it is done. All right. Say you want to move the video as well, you can do that too. And now let's go back and put it there. Okay, another thing the selection tool helps you to do is basically select all your work together. Say you want to select all of the video from here, so you can click and drag your mouse using the selection tool. Afterwards, you can click and drag them to any place you want in our timeline section. Okay, now let's say you want to move the video up, you can do that as well. You want to move the audio down, you can do that as well. You want to move them right, left, also possible. All right. Now, after that, we have another use for our selection tool, which is basically trimming our videos. Now, let's say from over here, you want to trim at least like a few seconds from this video. For that, you have to first select it. And then we'll just go over here where you can see that my cursor has changed its color to red and it's pointing to the either directions that I want to trim my video with. Okay, now I can trim it either to the right, and here you can see that over here in our program section, it is giving me a thumbnail which is telling me how much time of the video I have left, as you can see. Okay, let's bring it back to 10 seconds. Okay, now afterwards, we can also do it from the back. And now you can see that I have two thumbnails. The first thumbnail is basically telling me how much time I have left in that video. And the second thumbnail is telling me the time that is going to be reduced from my video and how much time is going to be left. After, like, if I take that 5 seconds, I will have this much time remaining. And if I want to increase it, you can see that this is also possible. All right. So that is what you need to know about the video thumbnail options. Okay, now also if you want to like edit the way you see your video, you can always go to the settings option over here, or if you don't like the settings option, you can just go over here and then select video head and tail thumbnails, or you can select continuous video thumbnails. Now if I select this and make it a bit bigger by pressing Alt and then using my scroll key, here you will see that now I have a continuous thumbnail. Now let me make it a bit shorter, then you will understand. Now my program, or Adobe Premiere Pro program, here is giving me a preview of what all the clips would look for the few frames. As you can see, some frames are displayed over here very clearly and you can see what's going on, and this can also help you to edit your videos as well. And if you want to increase the size of your audio, basically if you want to see what audio you have over here, you can increase the size of your audios panel over here by pressing Alt and using the scroll key. Then you can just go down over here and see what audio is affecting your videos, as you can see right over here. All right. Now, after that, let's say you want to move your video or audio to a specific place. Now, let me move this, make it small, just like before, so that it's easier to work with. Let me use video head thumbnails instead. And this time, let's say you want to move a part of your audio and video separately, but instead of using the link selection to actually just move them, there's another way you can do this. It is pretty easy. As you can see, whenever I move my video over here, the audio moves along with it, and as you can see, it creates some disturbance over here with the next video's audio as well. So what we can do is go over here, click on the video, right click, and then click on unlink using our selection tool, and then afterwards you can see that it is not moving together with our video over here very clearly. Okay, now you can do this for our audio too. You can move it down there since it's unlinked, but here, as you can see, it's not linked, so they move together no matter where you place them. Okay, so that was all for the selection tool. The next tool that we have is the forward track select tool. Okay, and the shortcut for a forward the shortcut for a track select forward tool is the letter A. Now, something which you beginners need to remember is that whenever you're using the selection tool, unlike Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, if you right click, it will not give you the sub menu tools. Okay, so in order to do that, you have to just hold your right click, hold your left click on the mouse button, and you will have your sub menu tools pop up. Okay, now let's select the track select forward tool. And then what this tool does is basically, if you click on any place on your timeline, let's say I click over here, what it does is it takes part of the time, it takes part of the timeline over here. Say, as you can see up there, we have a bar above there. Anything which is on the right side will be selected. Okay, now let's say I use a razor tool and cut this into different parts. Now let's go back and use our the track select forward tool. Now, if I select this, you will see that everything that is forward after this video is being selected. Now I can also move them backward as well. So this is what the forward select tool does. And now let's say you only want to move a single video from here. So for that, you have to press Shift while selecting them. So now you can see I have my forward selection tool selected. Let's press Shift. Now you can see I have only a single arrow. And now if I go and click over here, only one part of that is selected. Okay, as you can see, this is what it does. All right, so let's go back and show it to you. By this time, we'll use the track select backward tool, and what the track select backward tool is basically the opposite of track select forward tool. And here it will select everything in the back, and then you can move it up, down, a bit forward, a bit back, everything. All right, so this is pretty helpful while using our track select backward tool. And if you press Shift, just like before, you can select only one part and then move it up, down. And since our audio is linked over here, that is why the audio is moving as well, just so you know. Okay, so that was all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use our selection tool and the track select forward and backward tools in Adobe Premiere Pro. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be teaching you about our Ripple Edit tool, Rolling Edit tool, and Rate Stretch tool. So these three tools are very useful while using them in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. And after I'm done explaining it to you, you'll use these tools very more frequently than using our selection tool to edit the videos in a very strenuous and time-wasting manner. Okay? So what this tool does is basically help you to edit your videos, and you'll find out in a second. So first, let's take this video over here of 24 seconds, and from here, all right. From here, say I take up to this much amount of video, okay, or a bit lower. Yeah, this much would be better. Okay, now I'll drag it and put it in my timeline. After that, the next video over here, let's say this one, I want to Or this one would be better. Yes. I want to put it up till this much. Let's say up to 4 seconds. Okay. Now let's take it out and put it there. Right. And for this video, I want to use at least 10 seconds. Okay. Now that I have my videos ready in my timeline panel, let's begin using our tool. So the Ripple Edit tool. Now, the Ripple Edit tool is very useful because say you wanted to trim your videos over here, okay? And from here, I have at least like 8 seconds or 10 seconds worth of video. Say I want to put it up till this much, okay? So I want to move my videos time to at least 4 seconds over here. Now I'll use the Ripple Edit tool over here, and what you can see over here, when I go over here, when I use the selection tool, my cursor is usually red, but over here the Ripple Edit tool's cursor will be yellow. And you can use this to trim your videos too. But there's a difference here using the Ripple Edit tool. When you trim your videos to a specific point over here, as you can see, your videos will shift their positions automatically instead of just, staying on their single position. Now, let me undo this and do this with my selection tool. As you can see, when I edit this, the rest of the videos over here stay in their position and not move to the left side. So this is what the Ripple Edit tool is very helpful for. I can use the Ripple Edit tool to also increase the size of my video, and it will move itself to the right too, or decrease it as you just saw before. Now I can use this on any part of my video over here, or let's say I want to use it on this video over here right now. So let's say I make it that small, and the Ripple Edit video does the same thing. Okay, so it basically saves you time rather than use a selection tool to edit or trim your videos over here, as you can see very easily. All right, so that is basically what the Ripple Edit tool does. Now, after the Ripple Edit tool, we have our rolling edit tool. Now, what the rolling edit tool does is basically, it does the same work as the Ripple Edit tool, but this time the rolling edit tool will help us to overwrite parts of videos without using the selection tool. Okay, now let's say I want to overwrite this part of the video, and here you can see we have 2 video thumbnails, and over here it is telling how much time. On the left side it's telling how much time of my left video is increasing, and the right side it's telling how much time it's decreasing. And as you can see over here it says that it's decreasing 2 seconds, and here's 6 seconds or 9 seconds. Okay, now if I do that, release it, now you can see that the audio over here does not change, but the video does. Now if I play it, you'll see that the time over here has increased, and we have a shorter video for our sniper going inside the bushes over here, as you can see. All right, so this is what the Ripple Edit tool, the rolling edit tool, does. Okay, let's go back and stop the video. Now you can use this only once, as you can see over here. You can use this to also shorten your videos, and that will make it back to its original size. Now let's say you want to make this shorter, you can do that as well. As you can see, this is how you use the rolling edit tool. And after the rolling edit tool, we have our rate stretch tool. Now the rate stretch tool is a very useful tool which helps you to make your videos faster or even slower. Okay, and I'll show you an extra option over here using the speed and duration option given by our timeline panel over here. Okay, so let's begin using our rate stretch tool. Now what the rate stretch tool will do is basically, as I told you before, increase the speed or decrease it. Now let's say I want to increase the speed of this video, so I'll click over here and increase it, and here you can see that over here we have the number of seconds added or the number of seconds taken away, and then duration over here, it's telling me the time. Now as you can see, when I move to the left, the number of seconds is negative and the duration is becoming smaller. So this way you can help yourself while making the video to know how much time you'll have. Now let's say I keep it up till here, and now if I play the video, you'll see that my video is moving a bit too fast, as you can see. All right, now since this video is a bit small, let me go ahead and delete it and use it on the video over here. Let's bring it to the right and let's make this video full over here. Now after that, let's make our video a bit faster, but let me show you the original video first. Now here you can see that this boy over here is playing a football on the beach and he's juggling the ball, and it's a very slow motion video at 50 frames per second. Okay, all right, so let's make this video fast using our rate stretch tool. Let's select one edge of the video over here, and then you can see the duration is decreasing. Let's make it 10 seconds, reducing at least 8 seconds from here. And now if I play the video, you'll see that it's moving a bit faster than before. Let's make it even faster so that it looks like it's in real time. Okay, let's do that. Now if I play it, you'll see that this time it's almost real time. Let's do it again. Here you can see that it's almost real life, and it's no more, and it's not showing me any more slow motion effects. Okay, now I can also increase the slow motion right now, as I'll show you, by clicking and dragging, and this time you can see that my number over here is being positive and the duration of the video is increasing. I can increase it to any amount, but if I increase it too much, my quality of my video will decrease rapidly. Okay, now here you can see it's slow again. Now let's say I want to increase the amount of slowness in my video. I'll slowness to this much. Now if I go back and play it, you will see that it is even slower, but this time the quality is a bit it's a bit low rather than last time. It's stuttering a bit during the frames, and this is because your speed over here is, your frames per second over here is 50, which is standard. Now if I decrease the speed over here with a higher frame per second, it would have been better. But since I have like 50 over here, it is showing me stuttering. Now let's say we try it on this 59 frames per second. Okay, let's go over here, delete this. Let's take this 59 frames per second over here. Let's put the whole video here. And now if I play it, you'll see that this is what it looks like. Let's make it a bit more slower. And now if I play it, you will see that it's stuttering again, but let's keep it a bit slower. Okay, so this is the difference. All right, and another way you can also change the speed of your video is by just right clicking on this timeline panel where the video is there, and then you'll go to speed and duration. And after we select that, you'll see that we see the clip speed and duration options here, where we can see the duration and speed as well. Here we can increase the duration, also the speed of our video. As you can see, the more you increase it, the lesser speed we have. The more you decrease it, the more speed we have, as you can see over here. And then now if I press OK, you will see that my video has become shorter automatically, and I had no use to, and I didn't have to use the rate stretch tool. Now let's play it. Now you can see that this is what it looks like. It's perfect, and my sniper is totally camouflaged. Okay, let's go ahead, and this time, instead of using the normal speed over here, let's use the reverse speed. The reverse speed basically reverses your video, and it makes your video play in reverse according to the speed that you set it as. Now if I play it, you will see that first it will render it, and now my sniper is coming out of the bushes instead of hiding. So that is how you basically use our speed and duration over here. And then we can also constrain basically our speed and duration together. Now if I don't do it and increase the duration and decrease the speed, you will see that it's not working because they don't match with each other. Okay, it has to match with each other in a certain aspect. Now if I press OK and then play the video, you will see that this is normal again. Okay, All right, so that is all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use our ripple edit tool, rolling edit tool, and rate stretch tool over here. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, where today I'm going to be teaching you about the music remix tool, which is present to us over here on the ripple tool below the ripple edit tool. Right over here, you have the music remix tool and our razor tool. Now, first, I'll be going over the razor tool by importing some media over here. Well, let's say I use this video, and over here, you can see that I have full video over here. Let's put it into our corner over here, and then let's use the selection tool first to show you that this is what the video looks like. Okay, and then let's increase the size of it. Okay, so this is what the video looks like. Okay, all right, now here you can see that we have a person playing the bazooka. I'm sorry, firing the bazooka. Okay, and then he fires it and the video ends over here. Then we have another person using the sniper rifle, and he is priming his sniper rifle here. Then there's a guy using the binoculars. Then we have an overhead view, then view of the sniper himself. Afterwards, this is another guy priming another bazooka, and there you go. That's the end of this video. Now, what I want to do right now with this video is basically cut it up into separate parts for each of my frames or each of my video views. For example, here you can see that we have the sniper looking up, and then this guy wearing the binoculars and seeing. So here I want to slice up into different parts. The person shooting the bazooka, and then the person firing the sniper. So I'll go over here where the video ends for the person hitting the bazooka to a specific area. So now, instead of like using the selection tool and then trimming it, we can just cut the video over here using our razor tool, as you can see over here. And the razor tool shortcut is the keyword C. Okay, let's use this. And after that, you'll see that my cursor has changed into razor, and it's not showing me that it will cut over here. But if I go over here and place it on the video, it will show that I can cut it over here. Now, what I can do also is basically press Control K to cut my video over here. Now let me press Control K to use our razor tool, and now you can see that our video has been shifted to two parts, as you can see clearly. Now let me press Control Z, and this time let me use my razor tool to do this work. So let's cut it, and now you can see it's cut. And afterwards, the video keeps on continuing where we have the sniper and this binoculars. I want to also cut it, so I'll press Control K to cut it. Okay, now afterwards we have the sniper. Okay, now I'll use the razor tool here too. Now after that, I can easily use the selection tool to delete parts of my video that I do not want. And here you can see that okay, there you go. That's it. And now I have three parts of my video from this here. And basically here I can see the man shooting the bazooka. And here I can see the sniper. But this time I don't see the binocular man using his binoculars to assist the sniper. Okay. So let's say now I just delete this part over here. And instead of like pressing delete key and then moving it, I'll teach you a shortcut. Just press Control Delete or Control Shift Delete. Afterwards, you will see that this will shift to the right side. So Shift Delete, and now you can see that after pressing Shift and Delete, it has moved to the right side without using my selection tool to move it to the left. Okay. All right. So this is how you use our razor tool. Now let's say instead of like some videos over here, let's say we have like 3 videos over here and it is set up like this. Now I can just go use the razor tool, but here it's telling me that it can only cut one part over here. Now let me just select all of them. Now if I use the razor tool, it will cut all of them. As you can see, it does not. And now if I use my razor tool, it will just cut one part. Now what I can do is basically, instead of like cutting them one by one like this, like this, and it can also produce errors. So instead of doing that, what I can do is press Ctrl-Shift-K, and now it will cut everything. Another thing you'll notice is that when I press the Shift button while using my razor tool, it will select all of the videos over here. Now if I select a single part over here, now you can see that all of the 3 videos have been cut using the razor tool, and so on and so forth, as you can see over here. Okay, so this is how you basically use our razor tool. Now let me select all of them and delete it. Okay. All right. So I hope you've understood how to use the razor tool. All right. Now let's move on forward to the music or remix tool over here, which is right here. Now what the remix tool helps you to do is basically take your audio and shorten it to a specific time that you want it to be. Okay. Now you can use this while creating intros for videos or outros, which make it really easy for you to like shorten them instead of going to the selection tool or going to FL Studio and just cutting them out continuously and trimming them so that you can find the right combination. This is a very specific new tool which was added in Adobe Premiere Pro, and make sure you have the latest Premiere Pro software so that you can have this remix tool option. Okay, now let's use the remix tool by first importing an audio. So let's import this, and now let's drag it into our audio section over here. Now you will see that when I make it large, this is what the audio looks like. And since it's a very huge file, this is what it seems like. Okay, now let me play the file for you so that you can understand what it sounds like. Here, all right, here you can see that up till from this point to this point, it was the intro. Okay, now then from here to here, it's the bass drop. So now if I use the razor tool and edit them all separately, it will take a lot of time, and I don't want to waste my time explaining you that this is going to be a very big hassle. So what we can do is basically, let's say I want to make an intro from this 3-minute video. Okay, so I'll go over here, click and hold the ripple edit tool, then go to the remix tool. Afterwards, if I go over here, you can see that the remix tool icon is saying that it's ready to work. I can just click on the edge and then make it to the exact amount that I need. Say this is 1 minute 4 seconds, so I want it to be like this much small. And now let me just, and here you can see that these are the ridges over here. These are basically parts which the remix tool has cut out from our original music to make it a bit shorter. And now if I play it, now you can see that the remix tool has actually merged our intro, our bridge, and our lyrics, also the outro, together in a very intelligent pattern using the Adobe Premiere Pro software, which makes it so much easier to use and not edit our audios constantly while using the Adobe Premiere software. Now, this is a very powerful tool, and it helps you to reduce the amount of work you need, you can even reduce it more, and then you can see that this is what it sounds like. Now it has become like a 15 seconds audio over here, and it sounds pretty good as much as I can see. So I hope you've understood how to use the remix tool and our razor tool over here. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've understood how to use them, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, where today I'm going to be talking to you about our slip and slide tools in Adobe Premiere Pro. As you can see over here, the slip and slide tools are present to us on our toolbar right below the razor tool over here. When I click and hold my left mouse button click, you can see that the slip tool and slide tool pop up. And the shortcuts for our slip and slide tools are Y and U respectively on our keyboards. Okay, so now let's go ahead and import some media so that I can explain to you how to use our slip and slide tools. Okay, now after importing my files, you'll see that after importing my files, let's go ahead and add some media to our timeline. So let's go ahead and let's say from this 20 seconds, I take at least 5 seconds from here. Okay, so let's click and drop it from our source panel to the timeline panel. After that, for this video, since it's 48 seconds, let's say I want 10 seconds from here. Okay, and after that, say this one from 13 seconds, I'll take 5 seconds. Okay, now let's click and drag it over here since it's only video, no audio. Okay, there you go. Now after I add my videos over here, you'll see when I select the slide tool, what it will do is it will show me this cursor, and it will only work when you have it on a video or any other panel which have data inside it. Okay, so now what the slide tool will do is basically when you use the slide tool, it will help you to move your videos time without actually moving your video itself. Okay, so now let's say that this is the full video, which is why it's not working. So let's say that over here in the first video, I want to move it to the right side by decreasing the second video's time. So I can do that also by just moving it like that, and you will see that 19 or 20 seconds from the second video has been removed. As you can see over here, it's very easily removed. Okay, let's use the selection tool to bring our videos there. Afterwards, you'll see that here everything is alright, but after I go over here, the time is decreased for our video in the second one. Alright, so let's go back, and this time what I'll do is basically I'll trim my videos over here so that I can use our slide tool. So now second one, I want it to be like that, and the third one, I want it to be like this. Okay, now I'll use the slide tool over here to move this video to the left, but basically by moving it to the left, I will decrease the time in my first video. Now you'll see that this is what happens. Alright, now you can see that this is what happens when I use the slide tool, and it increases the time that I have removed. And over here you can see a little preview of the number of seconds that I have moved from my video over here. And now you can see from the left side the time increased, but from the right side the time decreased. Now I can do this again like that. can do it also for this video. I can increase that video's time, and also I can increase the left side's video's time and increase the length of my video by itself, as you can see. And remember, you can go up till the maximum point of your video length, or else it will not work. Okay, after that it won't work basically. Okay, so this is how you use our slide tool. Now after the slide tool, we have the slip tool. What the slip tool basically does is it helps you to move the video time from which you start and end your video. Now let me use the selection tool to trim my video so that I can show to you how it works. Okay, let's make this video big. Okay, now after this, when I use my slip tool, you'll notice that after I select my video and move it, you will see that I have 4 thumbnails above me. The first thumbnail is the ending of the first video. The second thumbnail over here is the starting of my third video. And these 2 thumbnails are basically telling me how much, these 2 thumbnails are basically telling me when I'm starting the second video and when it's going to end. Okay, now let me make this a bit bigger. Okay, if I drop it down a bit, and now if I use it, you'll notice that I also have the time given here for the way I want my video to begin with. Now let's say I go back like that, and now if I go over here and play it, you can see that when I use the selection tool, you can see that it's showing me that we are getting the end part of this video. Now if I use the slide tool and move it to the right side, you can see that we have this part of the video. This is what the slide tool basically does for us. It helps us to select part of our video that we need, and after that we can easily take short clips, etc. from our video over here. Now let's say I go to the end side. Here you will see the ending of the second video, and here you will see the time that you're increasing or decreasing. Basically, this is the starting time and this is the end time of the video that's present over here. I can either add more seconds or I can decrease seconds too. Okay, let's say I did that. If I go over here and play it now, you'll see that this is where it begins. All right, so that was all for the slip tool and slide tool for our videos. Now I'm going to use audios in order to show you how to use it with them. Okay, so now let's delete these files. Now, just like before, I'm going to import some audio files. Okay, now let's play the audio over here. So now you know what the audio sounds like. This is the second audio. So these 2 audios are basically jazz. Now let me click and drag them so that I can move it to my timeline panel, and afterwards I'll show you what to do. Okay, now you can see that over here we have 2 audios placed in our project panel, placed in our timeline panel. And now what I'll do is basically I'll trim them either by using the selection tool, or I could just go over here and select the remix tool, and afterwards I could make it small. Okay, just like that. Now let's do that for the second video too, second audio too. And afterwards let's just put it like that. Okay, now let's play the video. Let's play the audio to know what it sounds like. So we have a total of 44 seconds over here, as you can see. Now what I'll do is basically trim the video like that, trim the audio like that, and then do the same for our second part over here. Okay, now what I can do right now is use my slip tool over here. Now let's say I want to decrease the time for my second music by using the slip tool and increase the time for my first music. I can do that by just selecting it and then increasing its size like that. Okay, right now it's not working because I haven't selected a markout option over here, so I'll do that right now. Let's take them both, delete it, and then let's select the markout over here to be at least, say, 18 seconds. Okay, mark it out, drag it, then drag the audio and drop it over here. And for the second one, select it, take 20 seconds of it, take the audio, drag and drop, mark it out first. Now I will select drag and drop option. Okay, now let's say that for this one we move the audio to a bit more to the right side, and so much for this one too. Alright, now afterwards what we can do is basically use our slip tool over here, and I can select the time that I want to begin my audio with. Now I can go directly to the beginning and press play, or directly to the end and then play my video, as you can see over here. See, now the video is beginning from this point. Now I can do the same thing for this part if I want to start from the middle over here, as you can see. Now if I play the video from there, now if I click on this part, you will see that when I zoom out, it's playing the last part. Okay, now if I do this again, you'll see that when I use the slip tool, it's slipping the part from where I trimmed or took my mark out point. Okay, now as you can see, this is the way it moves. Now if I select this part too, and let's say I make it large, the more I move it to the left side, it moves forward. The more I move it to the right side, it moves backward, as you can see. Okay, now that was all for the slip tool with our audio. Now let's go ahead with the slide tool. Now, as you know before, our slide tool helps to make our videos smaller or larger, but we can also use it to make our audio smaller too. Now let's say I want to make the first audio small. Now you can see that it has done that too. Alright, so this is what the slide tool will basically do for your audio. You can even increase it more over here, as you can see. I'm doing it right now, and this is what it looks like. Alright, so that is how you basically use our slip and slide tools on both audio and video. So I hope you've understood it. By the way, just so you know, if you do not practice these tools or even use them once, you will not understand how it actually works. Okay, I hope you've understood how to use this video. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've understood how to use the slip and slide tools in this video. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to use our type tool. And here you can see that we have the vertical type tool too, as well as the type tool. The shortcut for our type tool is the keyword T on our keyboard. Okay, so in order to begin this video, let's first make a video in our timeline. So here I have a 29-second video. I will take just 10 seconds of it and then paste it on my timeline. Using our selection tool. All right. Now, after selecting the video, you can see that we have a person trying to cut carrots with a knife over here, right? So let me just extend the video a bit to up to like this much. Okay. So here you can see that this is what it looks like. And say I want to type in the word carrots inside, and this way I want to make the video. After that, I'll add in some effects. Okay. So first we'll select the type tool, then we'll click on the video over here, and then you can see that in the essential graphics section, which if you don't have, say, okay, you just go to window, then go to essential graphics, and then we'll have it like that. Okay. So in essential graphics over here, you'll see that we will just click on this part. For that, I want to make sure I don't have any extra typing, and I want to remove the graphics part over here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and use our type tool, type in something over here, say carrots. Okay. So carrots over here. Now, after this, if you go to the essential graphics section, you will see that we have a lot of information over here where we can align them either left, center, bottom, top, etc. Okay. So after that, here we have some animation options where we can move our text from here. Okay. Here we can move the x-axis, and here we can move the y-axis, as you can see. So let's move the word carrots over there, and here it will also produce an anchor point. Okay, as you can see, this is what it does. All right, after that, over here we have the scale option, which will basically scale our words. Okay, now let's say I scale it like that. You can see that this is what happens. Okay, and over here we have the rotation, which we can use to rotate our word. All right, and here we have our opacity. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Now what I'll do now is create an animation over here. Okay, let's play the video, and let's increase the animation section up till this point. Okay, now let's go over here and play it. Now let's say that over here in 2 seconds, I want the word carrots to appear. So I'll just click on the toggle animation for opacity. After that, I'll play the video and slowly bring it there. Okay. Then I can just stop the video, stop the animation, but it will delete it. Okay. So remember, now when I just go back and play the video now, you'll notice that the word carrots appear out of the blur perfectly. Okay. So this is how you use the animation section using text. Okay. Now let's say that I want to resize. No. I want to move the position of my text from left to right. So now let's say I move it from here to there, but the opacity will slowly start forming. Okay, let's first see where the opacity forms. Okay, so the opacity forms at 3 seconds. So now I'll go back, and here I'll toggle in the animation position. Okay, after that I'll play the video. And move it to the side. Now it's not perfect yet, but you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Alright, let's just pause the video. Start from the beginning. right? So after that, we have styles, okay? From here, we can select a specific style that we want from our text. Then here we have the text font, from which we can choose our text font. So now you can just click on this and select the font that you want. Say now I want to use this font. Okay, so let's select that and let's see what our text looks like now. Okay, let's go over here, double click on this. And here we want our text to just come in this format. So I'll type in carrot now. Okay, now afterwards, if I select the specific font, you can see that it changes accordingly. Then we can also center align them, right align them, and then we can also fix the vertical or align text options. After that, over here we have our width of the words. After that, we have the width that each word will carry after themselves. Then we have our kerning. Okay, after that we also have the leading, which will increase the space after one word. Then after that we have our baseline shift. As you can see, that is what it does. Then we have our tab width. And then we have the bold option. After that, italics and all caps option. Let's just move our words to the side. Go and a little bit to the bottom. Okay. All right, now afterwards, the next option that we'll have is small caps. Then we have the superscript option, in which we can just use our text. Okay, now after selecting that, do that, you can see that this is what happens. The superscript, subscript. Then we have type, right to left typing and left to right typing. Okay. After that, we have the appearance option. Okay, then let's just use the selection tool to make our words a bit bigger. You can also make it big like that, just so you know. Now in the fill color, let's say I can use the eyedropper tool to use the color that I want. Here I want to use the color which is a bit darker so that everyone can see it. Okay, now after that we can also add a stroke, and instead of white, let's say I use this. Okay, and in the background we can also add something, for example the opacity, okay, of the background, and also we can add the size of the background and also the corner radius of our background. We can also add a shadow. Let's just take the background off, and here the shadow, let's say that opacity of the shadow is a bit high. The angle the shadow will be casted is right over here, and then we have the distance shadow will be casting. Let's create that much distance. Okay, then we have our size of the shadow. Then we have our blur. Let's put it up to this much. Okay. After that, we can also mask with the text, and we can also show the text in the panel. Okay, so this is all for our type tool. After the type tool, we have the vertical type tool, which is the same thing as our type tool, but this time, instead of typing it horizontally, we'll type it vertically. So now let's say I type in the words tomato. As you can see, this is what it looks like, and it has vertically typed it in the Adobe Premiere Pro program. I can also select it, move it anywhere afterwards, change the size. Perfect. Okay, and here we can also add the same transform effects that we did with our normal video. Now let's play it. As you can see, this is how it works. All right, so that is all for this video. I hope you have understood how to use the text tools in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Okay, and before I go, there are some other tools that I would like to also add up. It's the hand tool over here, which you can use to move your timeline over here. All right, this is pretty useful when you're trying to move anything from over here instead of using the scroll bars. And the shortcut for the hand tool is the keyword H on our keyboard. Now you can just press H and then select the hand tool. Let's say I have the selection tool. Now I press H and with the hand tool, and I can move my timeline with that. Afterwards, we have our zoom tool. Now the zoom tool helps us to zoom in of our timeline. Now if you want to zoom out, just press Alt and then click on the timeline, and you'll see that slowly it is zooming out. Okay, so that was all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use these tools, and thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to put multiple videos together in one frame, or exactly in one sequence. So first, in order to do that, we have to create a sequence. So let's go over here, and then what we'll do is basically we will press Ctrl N to create a new sequence. So press Ctrl N, and now we will select any of the sequences below that is to your compatibility. Okay, now I'll select DSLR, or I can just select 720p over here and then select 50 FPS, for example. Okay, let's press OK, and then what I'll do is I'll import some videos over here. So let's select this video, this one, then this one, and say that this too. Okay, open them. Afterwards, I'll just drop them over here. Okay, I'll be selecting some videos over here, and I'll be importing them myself. Alright, now that I've added some videos over here, what I'll do is basically I will cut them over here in this exact spot. So I'll just press Shift and cut it right over here. Afterwards, I can just use my selection tool to select the rest of them and then delete it. Okay, now since you can see that when I play this video, only one of them plays. Now, how do we fix this? It's very easy. Let's go to the back, and then since this is the video that we're seeing right now, let's select it. Okay, and afterwards, what we'll do is we'll go to Effect Controls over here, and then we'll reduce the scale, just like that. Okay, now after reducing the scale, we'll double click on our program panel over here, select it, and then move it right over here, say this position. Okay, done. Now let's select the second video, which is this one, Let's go over here, effect controls, reduce the scale. Select it by double clicking on it. Move it right up there. Let's increase the size of it. There you go. Now afterwards, let's select this video. Then again, go to effect controls, reduce the scale. Then what I want is basically I want this video to be in the bottom, so I want it to be right there. Now let me increase the size. There you go. Okay, then now let's select the next video, which is this waterfall video. Go to effect controls, lower the size. Then I'll just click on it and drag it over here perfectly. And then what I can do is just double click on the last one, drag it down, move it right over here. Just like that. Let's increase the size of it. Now I can just play the whole video and you'll see that I'm done putting all of my videos in one screen. Okay, so that is all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use these options of effect controls to put all your videos in one video. So thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a reverse clip in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. So let me go ahead and select a video, for example this one. Okay. And afterwards, what I'll do is basically select it over here. Then, since it's a 12-second clip, let me just select and drag and drop it here. And afterwards, I'll just copy it. So I'll just press. I'll just use the selection tool, select it, copy it, and then over here I'll paste it. Okay. Now you can see that this is the same video over here. Now, in order to reverse your video, you have to just select the video that you want to reverse. For example, this one, the second one. I'll right click it, and then select speed and duration. Afterwards, I will select over here and select optical flow and then click on reverse speed. All right, and then press OK. Now, when I play the video, you'll notice that first, it plays normally, and then afterwards the video will reverse itself and you can see everything is going backwards. Okay, I'll take another video so that it's easier to understand. For example, this time let me take a horse. Okay, the horse here. Let's select it. Then since it's a 1-minute video, I'll select only say 15 seconds. Take it over here. Okay, let's select another video. Select cat this time. Okay, now what I'll do is basically copy this and I'll go here, paste it. Okay, then I'll put the video together. Afterwards, you can see these are the two same videos. And just like before, right click using our selection tool. and then we will select speed and duration, reverse speed, optical flow, press OK. And now if I play the video, here you can see that it's doing the exact opposite of what the cat did in the first video. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you have understood how to reverse your videos using optical flow and speed and duration options in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be teaching you how to change your voice in Adobe Premiere Pro. So first, let's just bring in an audio over here in order to make our video, in order to change the tone of our audio. Okay, so let's import an audio. Let's say I imported this one. Then I'll just click and drag it over here, and I'll play it for you so that you can understand how it sounds like. Okay, since this is just instrumental, I'll record my voice right now so that you can understand what it would sound like. So this is my audio right now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright, so now my audio is done over here. Let me mute this part. Okay? Now if I play it. So this is my audio right now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright, so now what I'll do is basically I'll select this. And then after that, I'll go to effects, go to the pitch shifter in time and pitch over here, then select it and then drag it over here. Alright, afterwards, we can go to effect controls, and then if I select this, go to effect controls, we have the pitch shifter right here. We can do a custom setup over here. Let's edit it, and then we can increase the semitones. What will happen is basically it will make my voice either thick or thin. If I increase the semitones, it will make it thin. If I decrease it, it will make it thick. So now let me make it an increased amount, and then I'll show you how it sounds like.
So this is my audio right now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Alright. So this is what it sounds like. Now let me make my voice thicker and then play it.
So this is my audio right now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly. Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is my audio right now. I'm pretty sure you can hear me properly.
Mic test. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Alright, now what I'll do is I'll mute the audio of my voice, and now I'll let you hear the music basically. Okay, so let's play. This is the music in normal. This is after I increase the pitch. Let's hear it again. You know why this is not working right now? This is basically I did not add the effect to the instrumental over here, okay? Now let's go back over here. Let's select this, go to effects control, and then put the pitch shifter to this. Now I can edit it. And here, now if I play the music, you'll learn that I can shift my pitch also. So this is the original audio, as you can see. So now I hope you have understood how to change your audio, voice, and also the instrumental music. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be teaching you about how to create a triangle video in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, triangle videos are widely used while differentiating two videos all at once. Alright, so now let's start using Adobe Premiere Pro by first selecting to import a media. So let's select these two media together and open them. Now, afterwards, what I'd like to do is basically I'd like to select one video first, put it here, and then since it's 27 seconds, let's put the second video right over here, which is only, say, 7 seconds. So I want to change this to 7 seconds. Let me put this video over here and change it accordingly. There you go. And what I'll do is basically I'll put this video over here and edit this video first. Now, over here you can see that there's a lion walking by. Okay. Now, what I will do is basically first I would like to shift the lion over here. Let's go back. I'd like to shift the line a bit more to the left. Since we're using linear gradients, it won't matter. Okay. There you go. All right. Afterwards, what I'll do is basically I will go to our effects option over here. Let's go to effects. And then what I'll do is select the linear wipe in transition over here. Okay. Or you can also select wipe over here and then search for it. All right. So video effects, wipe, and you can see that it is in video transitions. All right. So in wipe, I'd like to select the linear wipe, which is in transitions, video effects. Okay. Let's select the wipe and put it over here. Now after that, I can just select this video and then go to effect controls, where I will go to the linear wipe option. And over here, I'd like the transition completion to be like that. And then let's change not the feather, sorry. Let's change the angle wipe to this. Okay. Now, what I can do is basically shift my video a bit lower so that it matches. All right. Now let me put it over there. There you go. Now we have a complete triangle over there. And now I can just select the second video, put it over here, a bit more to the left. Okay. And now if I play it together, you can see they're not working together. All right. Now what I can do is basically put this there, put that there, put that there, but still it will be the same. Okay. But now you can see that it works together perfectly. All right. So I hope you've understood how to use the triangle video option in our Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you do not want the video to be staying like this, all right. So for example, let's move this one to there. It looks a bit better. Okay. Now if I play it, this is what it will look like. It looks pretty fine. Okay, so that is all for this video. I hope you've understood how to use the linear wipe to create triangle videos in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, where today I'll be teaching you how to use the denoise application or preset or effects on your Adobe Premiere Pro software. So in order to use denoise, first we need to have an audio which has a lot of noise in the background environment. So now I have created an audio for you already, and let's hear what it says. Hello everyone, and as you can hear, there's a fan going on in the background which is creating a lot of noise in my recording. Now what I'll do is basically teach you how to remove the fan noise by using the denoise preset in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Okay, now let's begin. All right, so as you can see, there's a lot of background noise on my audio over here. So in order to do this, first we need to select the audio over here, then go to the project panel where we will select effects. And from there, what we'll do is basically type down denoise. Okay, after you have done that, you'll see that the denoise option has been popped up over here. The denoise option has popped up over here, and we can just select it, drag it, and put it on our audio file. Okay, after that, you'll see that in effect controls. And if you don't have effect controls, you can go to the window option over here, then select effect controls. And here it will ask you to select a clip. After I select a clip, which I've added my preset to, I'll go to the denoise option over here, select the custom setup option. And now you'll see that I have my pop-up menu where it is showing me the audio. Now let me play the audio one more time.
Hello everyone, and as you can hear, there's a fan going on in the background, which is creating a lot of noise in my recording. Now, what I'll do is basically teach you how to remove the fan noise by using the denoise preset in our Adobe Premiere Pro software.
Alright, so now let's go over here, and you can see in my presets, I have two options, heavy noise reduction and light noise reduction. I'll choose heavy noise reduction. Okay, afterwards, Adobe Premiere Pro will automatically select what amount of audio it wants me to put denoise on. Okay, and then afterwards, let me play the audio right from the beginning, and you'll see a dramatic change.
Hello everyone, and as you can hear, there's a fan going on in the background, which is creating a lot of noise in my recording. Now, what I'll do is basically teach you how to remove the fan noise by using the denoise preset in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Okay, now let's begin.
Alright, over here you can see that this is what it sounds like. Now I can also select these options, which tells me to focus on lower and higher, and I'll just select this. And now if I play the audio, you will see that.
Hello everyone, and as you can hear, there's a fan going on in the background, which is creating a lot of noise in my recording. Now, what I'll do is basically teach you how to remove the fan noise by using the denoise preset in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Okay, now let's begin.
Now here you can see that after I added 100%, the clicking noise in the background is finally
Hello
gone.
everyone, and as you can hear,
But not
there's
all
a
of them
fan.
are gone. So basically you have to remember, whenever you're recording your audio, try your best to actually reduce all the significant amount of environmental noises in order to get the best results from denoise. Because in the end, if your video is very bad, if your audio is very bad, it wouldn't matter how much amount you put here on denoise, it will still give you the same clicking noise as you have heard over here. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope you've understood how to use the denoise option in our Adobe Premiere Pro software. That is all for this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a cinematic view in our Adobe Premiere Pro program. Now, in order to start, I want to import some media first. So let me go ahead and import some media. Alright, now that I've imported all my media over here, let's begin. By first, let's select this file, and here you can see it's a 7-second file. This one's a 13-second. This one's a 54-second, 41, 24, 53, 20-second, and this is the last one. Okay, so now I'll show you how to create a cinematic view with all of these files. Okay, so first I'll take the 7 and 13 seconds file over here and drop it in my timeline. Okay, now that I have dropped it in my timeline, I'll show you how to create those cinematic borders that you always see in our movies and all that stuff. Okay, so let me make this a bit bigger. All right, now afterwards, what I'll do is basically I'll show you how to create a crop effect. Okay, so let me make this a bit bigger so that it's easier for you to see. All right, now what I will do here is basically go to effects over here. Then after that, I will select the crop over here from our search bar. So type in crop, then go to video effects, transform, crop. Take this effect, click and drag it to our video over here. And I will do the same with the second video. All right, after I'm done, now what I'll do is basically select the first video over here. Then I will go to Effect Controls. Select this video first. Okay. And then over here from the top, I want to take off 10% or even 12% or 13% would work. Okay. And from the bottom, I also want to take off 13%. Now you can see that we have a very good cinematic view over here. All right. Now let's do that for the second video as well over here. Let's select it. Then from the top, let's take off 13%. And from the bottom, let's take off 13%. Okay, now it's not showing me anything here, but when I move this timeline cursor over there, you can see that this is how it looks like. Let's go ahead and use the pen tool now to add a faded view over here. Okay, so in order to do that, first we'll press Alt and scroll this in order to make it bigger so that we can easily use our pen tool. Now after using the pen tool, after selecting the pen tool, select the points over here. Bring it to the end, bring it a bit down, select another point over here, bring it a bit down. Okay. Afterwards, let's select another point over here and bring it up, and there you go. Now, when I play the video, you'll see that this is what it looks like. As you can see, the video is pretty nice and it is perfect with the cinematic view itself. Okay, so now that we're done with this part, I'll show you more ways in which you can create a cinematic view. Okay, let's select all of this, delete, and go back to our project panel. All right, so now let me expand this. Okay, since we already used 2 of our videos over here, first and second one, let's use the third one over here. Okay, here we have someone walking on the beach, and here we have this beautiful okay. Now what I'll do is basically trim the video, or instead of trimming it, just delete the whole thing by selecting it. And what I'll do is basically take parts of the video. Okay, but before that, I want to know what other videos I have. This is another beach video. This is another. Okay, so let's select like up till the first 8 seconds over here, and then we will mark it out. Click and drag to drop it here. Let's select third video. Since this is 53 seconds, I'll select 10 seconds over here, or 9 seconds. Mark it out. Click and drag to drop it over here. Now the third video, the second last video over here is of the ocean. This one is of fireworks. Okay. Let's just use this video over here. And since it's 54 seconds, let's take at least 9 seconds from here. Mark it out, click and drag and drop. All right. And now over here in the beach video, what I would like to do is basically take a picture of someone walking over here, or a photo right before it ends. Okay. So let's take at least 7 seconds or 6 seconds worth of clip and add it on top of this. Right. Now, what I'd like to do is basically make it a bit shorter, trim it down. Okay, get a bit bigger over that side. There you go. And now, what I'll do is again go to the effects option, use crop on all of these files over here. Select all of them and drag them to the left. Okay, now after that, as before, I want to click and drag crop to all of these. Okay, after doing that, I can easily just select one of these videos over here. Okay, and then go to effect controls, or I can just select all of the videos. Okay, go to effect controls, but it's not gonna work. So I have to select one. I have to select them one by one. All right. So go over here. Select top 30%, bottom to 13%. Then let's use the second one. 13. This guy, I also want it to be 13. And bottom to be also 13. And over here, 13. All right. So afterwards, as you can see over here, since we have this video on top, I want to create an overlay. Okay, I want to blend it with this video, with these two videos in the middle. So how do I do that? First, I have to select this video, and then I will go to the opacity over here, select the blend mode to be overlay. Afterwards, now when I play the video from here, you will see that this is what it looks like. Okay, so it doesn't look that good. How do I fix this? I'll show you now. Okay, using the pen tool, we can also fix this very easily. Now, just like before, what I'll do is I'll increase the size a bit so that it's easier for me to edit it. Now I'll select the pen tool, create some points over here. Click and drag down. There you go. Just do it like that. Okay. Now if I play the video, you'll see that this is what it looks like. Okay. Now we realize that we actually don't need it up till here. So let's just create another point over here. Slowly make it go down. All right. There you go. Now let's play the video again. Okay, this looks good enough. I think I'll just select this part over here, and let's use the selective tool. There you go. I have scaled it to frame size, and after that, it is back with the cinematic view option. Okay, let's go over here, play it. Let's play the whole video to show you what it looks like now. You know, I can actually add another video over here, so I'll do that right now. Let's go back to our video panel over here. Let's say this time I want to select this part over here, or this one. This one is better. So let's select it and drop it over here. And now what I'll do from this 20 seconds, I just want like 9 or say 9 seconds. Yes. Mark it out, drop it over here. Now I will overlay this whole panel over here. Now let's select this, then go to effect controls. Before that, I want to create a crop on it. So I'll go to effects, put the crop on this. Then I'll go over here, top again, 30%, bottom 30%. And then I want to put an overlay on my blend mode. Okay, let's just go back and play it. But before that, let's use the pen tool to create some points with my pen over here. And then it will gradually increase the opacity. And let's just do that. Now let's play the video. Okay, and another thing we can also do over here is basically trim this video over here up to this part. And now if I play the video from the beginning, you'll see that this is what it looks like. Okay, so then since there's a sudden jump over here, I want to also create a point over here so that I can easily fade it out. Okay, now let's start the video. Let's create another point over here. Now go to the start over here, increase the video size, and let's see our end result. As you can see, the video looks very good. Alright, so that is all for this video. I hope you've understood how to make a cinematic view in Adobe Premiere Pro. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be teaching you how to remove a green screen background from your video and then put it in another video. Alright, so now let's start. Okay, now let's first start by importing some media over here. So let's say I want to import this media, and I also want to add in a sky media from the background. Okay, so let's import that. All right, so this is what the media looks like. Okay, so here you can see clearly that there's a green screen, and this one where we can see the sky. So I basically want to add this sky to this green screen over here. So now let's add this video right over there. Let's move this one up. Let's move this here. Okay, now let's toggle this video off for now, and let's start editing this video. Now this is clearly very easy. First, I have to select the timeline panel over here and then select the video that has the green screen. Afterwards, I'll go to FX over here, Ultra key, and then I'll take the Ultra key option, put it in this panel where my green screen is. Now you can see that the FX option has been highlighted. Then I'll go to Effect Controls. After that, I will go to Ultra key where I will select the green color from here. Okay, after selecting the green color, I will put my output from composite to alpha channel. And here you can see that the whole background over here is black and the background that I want is white, which means I am ready to use this. Okay, for example, now let's say that in matte generation, I reduce the transparency and you can see that this is visible. There are some black marks over here, which means that the video is not ready to be used. But when I put it in a specific amount, let's say about this much, this means my video is ready to be used and we can go ahead and use it. All right. So now if I go back and put my output to composite, you can see that we can see our video over here. Now let's select the toggle track output. And now you can clearly see that our video over here is perfectly okay. And it works beautifully with the image, as you can clearly see. Okay, so that is how you basically, let's use the razor tool to cut off this point, and then I'll use the selection tool to select that and delete it. Now if I play the whole clip again, you can see that this is how it works. Okay, now another thing you might want to do while you're using the object from your green screen is basically move the motion of your object. So say that I want to move the position of my green screen object. I can do that as well from this over here. I can also reduce the height of the object, as you can clearly see. Okay, I can go a bit lower, and then if I play it, you'll see that this is what it looks like. Okay, Let's move it a bit up. It doesn't look good when it's down. That much is better. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And that is all for this video. I hope you've understood how to remove the green screen from your background and then use it in another video. All right. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.